So this is my video reaction number 5. I just watched that TED Talk, and the TED Talk, it was all about immigration. The guy who was actually doing it wasn't immigration. He was an immigrant. He came to America from Korea. He came when he was 14 years old, so he knows a lot of stuff firsthand. The whole first half is talking about immigrants and poverty, uh, how immigrants are basically thrown straight into poverty, and how he like grew up. He had a bedroom, but his parents slept on a mattress that was on the floor, like in the living room of an apartment. Uh, yeah, and he was talking about basically how hard it is for immigrants to be getting jobs and stuff too. How he and his dad and stuff worked as janitors. So basically, if you work in an office building, they'd be the person that comes in at night and empties the trash in your office. And how he would collect the soda cans and stuff and turn them in for money. And how as a family they were making $2,000 a month, which isn't that much to be living off of really when you gotta pay bills and groceries and all that. And he was talking about how, what to me stood out the most as the biggest part of the TED Talk was him talking about the immigration laws that have been put into place by America, which I think that would be the part that would connect to our class, business law. He's talking about if you see any Asian in America, they probably weren't here before the 1960s. Because before that, there were laws put in place where people that look Asian couldn't come over here, and they had the same thing about different people with brown skin or people from Eastern Europe. The Eastern Europe one was in the late 1800s, but I mean, it all had to do with race and stuff, and it's just the way things were and are. Why immigrants can't get really top-notch jobs, and one of the statistics he pointed out, which was astounding to me, is that you can get a box of bananas from India to you easier than you can get an immigrant child connected back to their parent if they've been separated. It's that box. That's just a box of bananas, and that's got to go halfway around the world. But you can't have a mother and child. You can't reconnect them. That's pretty crazy if you really think about it. And the guy, he also mentioned how, he mentioned that he came over when he was 14 years old, and he said that he kind of likes it that way, because if he would have come over when he was a baby or real young, it would almost be like he was second generation, because he couldn't remember any of that if he came over that young. But he's talking about he remembers because I said before, his parents slept on a mattress that was on the floor of the living room, and he remembers having his friends over and them having nowhere to sleep, and his parents being embarrassed of the mattress just being on the floor. So, for me, how this relates to me personally, as a business major and wanting to own my own business eventually, basically I think it boils down to just give everybody a chance. I want to be a business owner. When I'm hiring people, I want to give everybody equal chance. I think that's what everybody deserves. It doesn't matter whether they're an immigrant or anything, who they are, what they are. It don't matter. Everybody deserves a chance. I mean, uh, I think that's about it. That covers just about everything.